Hello everyone, this is Wrestling Watcher, a YouTube channel that's about watching professional wrestling. So it is official. Becky Lynch, the man, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, has joined the Vision. She is now part of the Vision. She joins her husband, Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and of course Paul Heyman, the Oracle, as part of the Vision. Now this was a surprise. After a hard-fought match at Clash in Paris between Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, CM Punk, and LA Knight, CM Punk virtually had the match won. He had Seth Rollins in the GTS. And WWE does this a lot, a mysterious figure dressed in all black came into the ring, low-blowed CM Punk. Michael Cole, Wade Barrett went crazy, and it was revealed to be Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch started taunting CM Punk, and as CM Punk crawled over closer to Becky Lynch, he gets curb stomped into a steel chair. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins wins. His music plays, and him and Becky Lynch celebrate. And this was brilliant, I think. I think it's brilliant to put her in because I think it gives her a new coat of paint. Right? It gives her new storyline possibilities, which we'll get into. It gives her more things to do. You know, she had a great match with Nikki Bella. I thought it was a good match. There was a lot of botches in it, and a lot of people pointed it out all over X, but that's neither here nor there. I think they had a pretty good story. I think they had an okay match. Botches aside, they both worked hard. But, you know, she was kind of in that position where, okay, she's this heel champion carrying this title, and who's the babyface that's finally going to be the one to knock her off? Right? That's kind of part and parcel basic storyline. Nothing wrong with it. It's been, you know, that's been a professional wrestling storyline since professional wrestling has been a thing. Right? But now with Becky Lynch as part of the Vision, it gives the group a little bit more star power. You know, I think it makes it easier for Seth to sort of hold that top spot down, because when it was him, Bronson, Braun, and Paul Heyman, I think there's a lot of weight on him individually as that top guy in the group, the top heel. But now with Becky, you know, the other top heel on Raw, the other top female heel on Raw joining him, I think it makes the weight of carrying that top spot a little bit easier because there's more stories to tell and it's not just all on him. And I think that's good booking. You know, a lot of people have complained about Triple H's booking, and there's been some hits and misses. Look, there's been some misses. You know, we can go, that's another video. You can argue Austin Theory is a miss, Solo Sikoa is a miss. There's just been some misses with him that are glaring, right? And, you know, everyone lauded Triple H around WrestleMania 40 as this great booker that got a lot of people over and into the main event scene. A guy like Damian Priest comes to mind, right? But at the same time, it's like you have to be objective and say there's been some misses. But I don't think this is a miss. I think Becky joining this group makes perfect sense. I think, you know, in 2019, when arguably Monday Night Raw was at its lowest, WWE was at a very low point, and people were clamoring for something new, and AEW came, and it was this whole sort of thing, right? They were both still, I would say, coming into their own. Yes, Becky had just main evented WrestleMania, but, you know, Seth was... he's not what he is now, right? He was sort of trying to be this baby face, but he wasn't over as a baby face, and they put Becky with him back in 2019, and it became this thing where they were both baby faces, and it got really stale. This is different. They're both heels. You know, a-hole, total, we run the show, this is our show, heels. It's like a McMahon-Helmsley regime back in 2000, if you remember that, back in the Attitude Era days. Except this, Stephanie had a great personality, but she wasn't she wasn't 1/100th of the worker that Becky Lynch is, obviously, which will make it interesting. It'll be great for storylines, and I think this is going to do very well. But overall, I think this is a great swerve and great storytelling tactic by Triple H. Good booking here, if I'm being objective. That's going to be all for this one, guys. Thank you.